Welcome to Croch80HD. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm so glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never ever let you forget you're a man, 'cause I'm a woman, I shall leave. Today's video is going to be a little different, a lot different. I know I have been talking forever, because if you've been a long time OG repeat offender, you know that before my YouTube life, I was a soap maker. And I had kind of thrown out the idea a couple of years ago about possibly making soap for the GlamFam. And then I didn't really do anything with it because it's a whole thing, right? Well, after having two separate interactions, okay, so Not Hetty sent me this beautiful text message. She said that she really misses when I made soap because of how happy I was. It's like she kind of misses when I was that kind of happy, or something along. And I'm paraphrasing horribly, okay? And then someone else was just like, look, since you stopped making soap, I started using X brand. And while X brand is okay, it's just not yours. He said, you know, if you ever start making it again, to let him know, because he will be like first in line, you know, to buy. I just kind of took that. And again, it happened within like 3 days of each other, isolated, separate instances. And so I said, okay, let me see if I can even still do it. So I did it. And I filmed the whole thing for your viewing pleasure. I realized, again, this is a crochet channel, and what does that have to do with soap making? And it really doesn't, but at the same time, I know that Thriss used to do like live videos of her dyeing different yarns and stuff. And when I watched, it reminded me of what it was like when I was making soap. So even though, again, these are two separate things, there is a lot of commonality. And also the fact that with handmade soap, because it's gentle and it doesn't have any gross, harsh chemicals in the finished product, they would be really, really good for like when you go to block your finished crochet or knit garments or whatever, because that's what I have always used since I started, like, you know, crocheting with purpose. No, crocheting with the intent or understanding how blocking works and all that other stuff. So everything I make, when I block it, it gets a nice little rinse with my handmade soap. Huh? With a bar, all you do is you just run the water to the proper temperature or whatever. But as it's running, you just take the bar and you just kind of roll it in your hands. And that's how I've done it. I had no issues with doing it that way. All that to say, the soap that you're about to see me make is actually two of the best selling soaps that I had. It was kind of like getting back on the bike. I honestly, it felt like putting on a pair of nice, comfortable shoes. I really do miss the process. I miss making soap. I miss people I miss people liking, you know what, never mind. I don't even understand what I'm talking about. So without further ado, here is me making two logs of soap. One is monkey farts and one is Saturday morning cartoons. Enjoy. That, ladies and gentlemen, is soap. Now the fun part. I don't know if I can film this, but I'm going to do the best I can. The quick and dirty way of ensuring that your soap is actually ready is you do what's called a zap test, and it's similar to like when you take a battery, you know, like a 9-volt battery, you put it on your tongue, you get that little zap. If there's any lye that's left in the soap mix, if you stick it to your tongue like that, it'll zap, and that means you need to let it cook a little bit longer. When I used to teach classes, it was like the thing that I saved until the very end to let my students know that they would have to do. And it's scary. Yes, there's other ways that you can do it. You can pH test and all that other stuff. But like I said, this is the quick and dirty way, and it hasn't failed me yet. It doesn't hurt. Again, it's literally like the zap you get from a 9-volt battery. It was almost scary, the number of people who had never put a 9-volt battery on their tongue. I thought that was just something everybody did. So now what I'm going to ready to do, because I make one big pot and then I pour it off into smaller batches. What I have made today is going to give me 2 logs, which is this long, and that's about 16 to 18 bars of soap. I know that I want one of the batches to be Saturday morning cartoons because it was a very, very good seller for me, and I just thought about it right now, and I think the second one is going to be monkey farts. Anyway, stay tuned. Let me see if I can get it to where you can see. There we go. Ooh. Hi again. Okay, so I just poured off half of the pot, and now I'm going to add our scent. Smells just like a monkey broke wind. So the fragrance, I didn't come up with the name, but it consists of everything that a monkey eats. So banana, like it's fruit, banana, and a little bit of coconut. And I use these little dibber dabbers, professional term, to measure my oils in. Now we're gonna mix it in really nice. Really, really nice. Wow. That brought me back. And as I'm standing here looking at this, I honestly can't believe I ever stopped making soap. I'm sure you can't hear me very well. I don't have my microphone connected because I didn't want to have to think about it and all of this because, you know, this is hot and kind of cumbersome. So, okay. Now I want to see if I can angle you just right so you can actually see the pour. Now we scrape all of that soapy goodness out. Before you ask, like,
Jackie, how are you going to get all the soap in the corners when you just, like, poured it in?
wait, here we go. Very, very technical methodology there, but it works. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to slam it again. So hold on to your ears. Now this is a very, very professional tool. Cannot be found just anywhere. And I'm going to use this to do a little decoration on the top. Here we go. Like that. There we go. There we go. Clean up our edges just a little bit. And any little pieces like this, we just tuck down inside of the still very hot soap so that when it dries, it's all part of the mixture and not sitting on top. So that is our first log. Okay, here's our second one. So apparently I was recording but forgot to let my camera know. Sorry. All right, so the second batch is in this pot, and it is the Saturday morning cartoons, which smells so delicious. So delicious. To me, it smells like Fruit Loops, but I've had people tell me that it smells like Fruity Pebbles. I think that, you know, it's all a matter of what you grew up eating. Or, truth be told, if you were like me, you ended up with like Loopy Fruits or, you know, Fruit Stones or chips off the old fruit or, you know, some generic name like that. This is seriously sitting on the floor in front of the TV with a huge bowl. It was actually a mixing bowl. A mixing bowl full of cereal, watching every cartoon from like, what, 7:30 to noon. And you knew that it was over, at least on ABC, because that's when ABC's Wide World of Sports came on. Boring. I can't remember what was on any other channel, and I, honestly, because I remembered watching a lot of NBC cartoons, but for whatever reason, I think like Kid Video was the last one on I was gonna say Channel 5 on NBC. This, oh, so good. All right, I'm going to attempt to do that thing that I always did, and see if I can recreate the magic. If not, oh well. But let's just see. And you're gonna have to wait. Okay, let's see. Kind of hard to see that one. Let's try this one. Okay, there we go. Got our red. We'll take a little bit of the yellow and the red over here. Then we do this one right here. Okay, so now we have our Fruity Loops, our Fruit Loops colors. And again, let's see if the muscle memory is still memorying. I'm going to take this, I'm going to pour it into our log and see if our colors do what they're supposed to do. By flinging it, some of these pieces that I'm putting in now are going to kind of sink a little bit. If you thought I only sang in yarn videos, well, do we really know each other? Okay, flickety flick, flick. Oh, this is an interesting color that these have mixed into. So right now, as you see it, it's probably not the most beautiful, but trust me when I say it smells divine, and I will be sure to show you what it looks like when it's cut. So now, oh yeah, this looks great. Sarcasm. Okay, so the first thing, so all of these little bits like this, okay, I'm going to get a different tool, and by different tool, I just meant a new set. And yes, these are, in fact, chopsticks. They are a soap maker's best friend. Okay, so all of these pieces like this, I'm just going to tuck down inside, underneath, because honestly, every bit of handmade soap is precious, and I do not want any to go to waste. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to press all these in. The temperature of this soap, it was cooked at 275 degrees. So the parts that were dry are the ones that were left in the pot after the pot was, turned off. But the rest of this, trust me, you would not want it to spill on you at all. See, oh! We had some runaways. There's no, what I'm doing right now is purely for the aesthetic, and it's not doing what I want it to do. but that's okay. All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Batch number, let's see, it is batch number 5/17/25. Is that right? Is today the 17th? What is today? Oh yeah, I was right. Batch number 5/17/25. And that was Monkey Farts and Saturday Morning Cartoons. Now back to Jackie from the future. Thank you, past Jackie. So now what I want to do is show you what the finished product looks like, as in I'm going to take the logs out of the molds and I'm going to cut them so you can see exactly what the soaps look like. In case you're curious, this right here is everything that is behind the screen filming my regular videos. So this is what's back here. Yeah, this is soap making stuff. Like, my craft room is divided into soap making stuff, yarn, crochet, and crochet related accessories, and also sewing. I think that's it. Those are the big three. I'm going to first take out the monkey farts from the mold, and then we will put it on the cutter. My soap cutter, it was given to me years ago. I don't know the brand or anything, and I don't really know how to describe it, but it does cut multiple bars of soap at once using guitar strings. And the thing that I can remember that I used to love is after I would cut each log, again, a big chunk like this, the strings would chime. So it's like I got music every time I would cut soap. And I love that. Can you hear it? Like, it's like, ta-da! So let's take it, monkey farts. Just like with crochet and knitting, there are scraps. I used to take all of the scrap soap, melt it down, there we go, and I would create a whole other batch of soap. I would not add any other fragrance to it because all of the different fragrances together kind of made their own scent, and I called it Picasso because it was so interesting to look at. No two batches ever looked the same, but it was just a beautiful piece of art. And truthfully, it bubbled better than any of the original soap. I loved it because it allowed me to not have any waste left over after the soap making process. I have this it's in the cutter. Let me see if I can rearrange you. Here is the long log of soap in the cutter. And so I just need to line things up the right way. Okay, so we're going to end up with a big chunk at the end, which that's normal just because of how many bars this will cut versus how many bars the log was measured for. I apologize for any shaking or mishaps that might occur while doing this. Here we go. I always do that. I always say, here we go. Okay, let me make sure I am all lined up. And I am all lined up. We ready? Did you hear the beautiful music? Okay, let's just shimmy this out. Yeah. And, ooh. All right, smell. Okay, so the next step from here is I will take a potato peeler and I will smooth all of these edges right here. So that way when it dries, it's not going to, you know, have a cut, harsh edge. Kind of like that. Just a nice smooth bar of soap. And this right here is part of the character. It does not affect the ability of the soap or the quality of the soap. It's just what happens when you know, line your molds. So that's Monkey Farts. And because the fragrance contains vanilla and vanilla is naturally brown, the soap will turn a little brown over time as it cures, as the water continues to, you know, evaporate from the soap. Just, I'm telling you that now so that you're not surprised when the soap is not going to be quite this bright in color. And again, listen. Oh, God, that smells, it smells so good, y'all. It smells so good. Now, Saturday morning cartoons. Oh my God, it smells so good. Ta-da! All right, so we've got our Saturday morning cartoons on the cutter. Let's see, get everything lined up. And you're ready for the music. Oh my. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Hopefully, I hope it came out the way I wanted it to. Look at that. Oh, oh, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, smell. That smells like childhood. Straight up childhood. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna clean her up and set these somewhere where they can air dry, and then they will be ready for use. Now, technically, you can use this soap right now, but by allowing it to air dry, it allows the bars to be even harder and they will last longer. I don't know if it was a coincidence or not that I had uploaded the tutorial for the washcloth that you could crochet, but if you use a washcloth with handmade soap, it lasts even longer. So there you go. So now back to Jackie. Whew. All right, that is it from start to finish, how I make handmade soap. Now the soap will sit and dry, and the hope is that it will be ready in time for the I Love the 80s Mal 2025. I have been working really hard to make this year like the best year so far. I am working with a yarn dyer in hopes of getting a colorway for 2025. I'm really excited to see exactly how she puts my vision into yarn, but also the handmade soap is also going to be available for purchase very soon. It will be in my Ko-fi shop, and I will put links, or I will make an announcement, this, that, and the other, whatever, if you want to be able to get a bar of Oma's favorite handcrafted soaps, especially for the I Love the 80s Mal 2025. The theme this year is Saturday morning cartoons. Between now and August 1st, which is the kickoff of the I Love the 80s Mal, I want you to be thinking about your favorite cartoons from your childhood. I realize that not everybody's childhood was in the 80s, but hopefully there's enough cartoons that you connect with, that you can pull color inspiration from. This one's going to be so much fun. There will be a pattern that goes along with this Mal, and it'll be available for free. I have 3 different options that you can choose. So right now I'm just telling you, think about your favorite cartoons and then any kind of color inspiration that you can draw from the cartoons. And then I will give more information later. I'm just really, really excited. I hope that you have enjoyed this, I don't want to say series, but just this whole other side of my creativity, the other side of my creative life, having you with me as I was going through, refamiliarizing myself with certain things. And again, nothing has changed. However, the layout of the soap studio has changed, so it made things a little bit more challenging, just trying to find my supplies, my ingredients, this, that, and the other. Aside from that, it was just like riding a bike, and I miss it. I miss it so much. Anyway, if you like this video, again, still trying to get to my 2025 subscribers this year. So please, if you've watched this long and you haven't hit the subscribe button, please give strong consideration to hitting it now. Yes, and becoming a member of the GlamFam. To do that, you just click that button right there. And don't forget to rock that notification bar. With soapy hands, I have been Jackie.